my vanilla cheesecake cake. This cake is the most delicious combination between a soft vanilla sponge cake and a creamy vanilla cheesecake. The presentation of this cake is so beautiful, it makes it perfect for celebrating any special occasion, weddings, baby showers, birthday parties. So we're going to start by making the actual cake first. We're going to use my vanilla sponge cake recipe today because it's the only sturdy cake that will be able to hold up beautifully all those thin layers while keeping a beautiful soft texture. To my egg yolks and vanilla, I've added some lemon zest, some melted butter, and whole milk. The egg whites will come in just a moment. We're going to whip those up separately with the sugar. Give this mixture a good mix and add the sifted dry ingredients. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and click the bell. I post new videos every week. Do not overmix the dry ingredients. As soon as you don't see any more flour, stop mixing. Set this aside, and in this other bowl, I have the egg whites. I'm going to add some cream of tartar. If you don't have it, you can add a teaspoon of lemon juice. This will just help stabilize your egg whites. You're going to whip these up, gradually adding the sugar. Make sure you're using a clean glass or metal bowl, or the egg whites will not whip up properly. The egg whites will not only give volume to the cake, but they will also give a beautiful fluffiness to the cake. You'll know they're ready when they reach stiff peaks, and you're going to fold these into your cake batter. You want to initially just add 3 to 4 big spoonfuls of this meringue to the cake batter. This will just help loosen the mixture, and it will be easier to incorporate and fold in with a spatula the remaining egg whites without losing too much air. You're going to transfer this cake batter onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper and greased well. You can tilt the pan to spread out the batter evenly, and you're going to bake this cake in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius or 340 Fahrenheit for around 10 to 12 minutes. Do the toothpick test. If it comes out clean, the cake is ready. Allow it to cool, release it from the pan using a spatula. You want to be gentle here and cut the cake into 4 pieces. I like to eyeball this. If a cake strip is slightly bigger than another, it's perfectly fine because we will be trimming the cake at the end. Moving on, we're going to make that delicious cheesecake filling, which is just amazing. In this bowl, I have some cold cream cheese and vanilla, and I'm going to give these a quick mix before adding the powdered sugar. Again, give this a quick mix. We don't want the cream cheese to warm up. It needs to remain cold for when we add the heavy cream. So go ahead and add that in and continue mixing until you get beautiful whipped cheesecake frosting. You want to make sure you whip this well. It needs to hold its structure to be able to hold up those layers. On to assembling the cake. This is a refrigerated cake. This will not hold up at room temperature because of the soft whipped filling. I do like to soak this cake with some milk. This is optional, but delicious and recommended. And unlike my chocolate cake, I'm going to be using a piping bag today to add the filling. This will create a taller layer of filling because we want to be able to taste those cheesecake layers. The filling also adds a really wonderful tangy contrast. That sweet vanilla cake, it is so good. If you want, you could even add some berries in between the cake layers. That would be delicious. You're going to repeat the same process until you get to the top. However, instead of frosting the last cake layer, I personally like to add a good dusting of powdered sugar, which you'll see in just a moment. It will just give this cake a beautiful heavenly vibe and heavenly look. For a neat presentation, I do also like to trim all 4 sides of the cake. You can save those for yourself to snack on. This is one of the most heavenly vanilla cakes I've ever made. It definitely stands out among the others, and I love these beautiful thin layers of cream and cake. You guys, I've always wanted to do this, just dig into an entire cake. Let me know if you can relate. It's so good. And as you just heard, it's one of the softest and creamiest vanilla cakes.